Oh.
Hey guys, we are live. We are live on Aurizn.
Live radio.
No. Normally we'll go live, couple of minutes, people join in, then catch up, and then we'll go.
This
So,
one.
Bobby, how are you?
I'm good. I say this one we need to tell Con. Con is like, oh hi everybody. Well, okay. First thing our sponsor, but then the time only got 6%.
Exactly. In fact, what we do with Mike, we do like 5 minutes before the call itself, the thing itself. Then we get people join in, all okay, enough quota. Then we start.
So what's your target quota?
It's good. It's good enough,
I actually can't see how many we have now.
You can't see. I can see.
How come you can see it?
Because I'm the host, so I can see that we've got about 30 people who joined us now, combined to all the 3 platforms.
Oh, that's fast.
Nice.
40. Okay. So guys, thanks for joining us on a Thursday night. Today we're doing a bit early because I think this is an interesting one, and on property. If all of you are not aware, Aurizn is more than just a brand about cars. We do cars, we do property, we do lifestyle. We got Carrot for lifestyle. We've got Estate for property, and we do much more than just what we call cars. And that's what it's all about. Today we're going to talk about properties. We got Bobby Ang. Hi Bobby, how are you?
I'm good. Hello.
Mark's on the side. Yeah, that's what Mark is. Okay, let's just get some people here. Navin says hi. Hey, Navin, thanks for joining us again. We got Kai Hing Lee. Hello, guys. Hello, Kai Hing Lee. Jared O. Hello, all. We got K Ng. We got Fauzi Shukri, Navin, and of course, Gary. Gary, thank you for joining us again. Gary is a staunch supporter of us. Every week.
Thana and friends.
No, Gary is always ready to invest.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. So the time now is 8 o'clock. Let's go to our intro and start the show. Okay, let's do this right about now. Bobby, how many times have you heard the intro?
How many times? I can't tell, man. I think our team produces like what? Before MCO, our team produces like what, 30, 40 videos a week.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy,
so,
right?
So yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
And there is a lot of ladies out there. They may not know who we are, but they can hear our intro every night before they sleep. That's what I learned.
So Bobby, if you don't know, Mark is Diana's husband. So remember that video we did with Diana and Dr. Diana, and she said, my husband plays, so Mark plays your video. That's how. That's Bobby's voice background.
I learned that day. I mean, I've seen him at drives, right? And I just didn't connect, but that day connected.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So today we're going to do about properties, and it's an interesting one because I guess during the pandemic, everybody said, "Oh, pandemic, no money to put petrol." It's a very, very gloomy time. But I guess it's always two spectrum of the income scale. Like people who are fighting for money. People were fighting for where to put the money in, because that's how the world works, And when there is probably this kind of pandemic, there's always opportunities. And it made me think about this. And I was calling Mark the other day. I said, Mark, because he's a sales lead at SJCC, so that's Subang Jaya Center, same as how we do the BBCC, correct? So Bukit Bintang City Center. That's Subang Jaya Center. And it's fantastic because all these townships, integrated townships where they have everything built in, it's what seems to be the next thing, right? They want the transportation, the LRT, MRT, And yeah, I mean, sales apparently it's been good with Mark, and I want to know more about properties and what's happening. BBC, for example, we are promoting that with Evo Club. It's a fantastic opportunity for people to get properties, and let's us learn a bit more. And today, throughout the session, we've got some sort of, I guess, a structure, because property is a difficult topic to talk about. And what we figured is this. What we figured is that we think about property in pandemic, there are probably a few things that comes to our mind. First is what we call what's actually happening now. There's an issue of demand and supply. Demand is there and supply is there, but what properties can demand and what properties can supply, and that needs to be discussed about. Next, we go into the fact about what do we know historically. I mean, this isn't the first time we've got a market crash. This isn't the first time we've got property that is expensive or cheap, whatever. This isn't the first time, guys. This has happened before in the past. Or we look back at the past to see what has happened, so we can see, I guess, what will actually happen. I mean, we can't predict the future, but we can think about what are the likely scenarios. And once we cover this, then we can go into the point of how do we buy during the pandemic. And obviously, during pandemic, there are complications. Same as buying a car, you got issue with Puspa being open. There are complications, but with that comes the last action being what to buy. So if you're here today, all of you here, please wait till the very end, because this is a step-by-step process, and we've got to learn this in that holistic approach. And if you wait till the very end, we get to hear from Mark and also Bobby on what do we think are the next best thing. What are the things you should be investing in, because there are properties now that are toxic. If you touch them, you will probably get burned. And the properties which are obviously, it's going to be the next wave, and you can ride on that wave, you know. If we talk about 3 years ago or 2 years ago, Airbnb was the thing. Airbnb was the thing people getting into, but now that market is obviously crashed because of the pandemic. You know, so that's our kind of a forum for today, and we want to get through it. So
can I say something first, bro?
Sure, Bobby. Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know tonight. I just text Thana and said, "Hey, I want to join. I want to learn." Then he sent me the link. Then I realized that I could have just sit here and listen and learn, you know. Then I joined in and okay. And just now that chart you prepared one, Thana?
I did.
He did.
I forgot to print screen now. Later send to me.
Oh, Ken, I can you now if you want.
It's good you join, because then you can talk about BBCC. I actually have a property nearby there. I was waiting for BBCC to develop to get some appreciation in that area.
But wouldn't you think that, Mark, because of now developers are all making this kind of mixed development, you know, township planning, everything, right? It also sort of silo them, right?
It silos, yes. It's always nice to be right there. But I think if you are close enough, the way BBCC is designed with the crossover bridges and all that, I think there will be spillover effect to the surrounding area and so on.
Yeah, they're making the area really nice, actually.
Yeah. And they do an integrated development, but the goal is to connect to other areas. Like in Subang Jaya City Centre, we're doing one row of stretch of development, but we want to connect by bridges to like SS15 and so on, right on the surrounding. And I think that's what BBCC will do also, right?
Which area is SJCC?
SJCC is actually one of our new townships on SS16/1. Do you know Empire Shopping Mall, Subang Parade, that stretch? So it's actually a lot of empty land there. Most people don't realize the big roundabout, you know, the big turn in Subang. People like to drift the area. All that is empty land for us to develop, and we haven't done it yet. So that will all be Subang Jaya City Centre around the LRT as well. So we're trying to do a big integrated plot, which is only one road from SS15. It's SS16/1.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Who remembers the KFC that's surrounded by highways?
Yeah.
Besides IBM building is one of our properties that Thana himself has.
Okay.
Thana bought a property there.
Nice.
2 properties, sorry, Thana.
Dialogue. Gary said IBM building. When I mention IBM, I can only remember Taman Tun.
Taman, yeah. There's one more. They call it Mesin Niaga in Subang Jaya City Centre.
The TTI one is some of the VATS, right? VADS, telecom. came in there. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's a shift, I guess. I mean, before this, we used to be able to go very far to a particular area and buy properties. But now we say, no, we want it to be connected. And I think that's the whole key here. People want to be connected. And what struck me was the issue of demand and supply. I mean, like looking at I guess your friends, Mark, who are selling properties from other developers, and where is the demand at the moment now, and versus what's the supply like? Because I know that we see papers, people say like X amount of units are not sold, empty units, and that's a big issue we see on papers today.
I think the reason for that demand issue is developers not really listening to what people are looking for so much. A lot of these issues where properties are stuck is, for example, too high density, where you have thousands and thousands of units on a small plot of land. And so naturally it'll take some time to clear off all that stock. So they build too much supply in a small area. And of course, people also want to avoid that. Sometimes it could be layout issues. And so on. But I've seen for the right location, for example, the demand is there. You launch something in DI, I'm pretty sure the take-up will be strong. Recently, we launched Jendela, which is at the entrance of Bukit Kiara Park. You got two ways in, through TTDI, the IBM building there, a few hundred meters away. You can come through KLGCC. Beautiful location, green around you. Straight away,
most of our units.
Oh, really?
Fan bought Jendela.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm selling that. It's a great property. I think it's a very good location as well. That's like my dream property. I'm aiming for that as well myself.
Damn nice.
Yeah, green all around. So, probably like that, we launched during a pandemic. No issue. We got like 80% soft launch take up. We haven't even really done a full launch yet. No show unit, and people are buying. Why? Because you got a good layout, you got a good location, and these will affect your demand.
And I think this is funny, Bobby, isn't it? People say about cannot sell, but here we are during pandemic. They sold out because it's high-end properties, and
not cheap. This is 1,000 per square feet property.
Yeah.
It's crazy expensive.
I think pandemic. I mean, when let's say you want to sell your unit, you also hope someone will buy it, right? And that's when these people come out and buy during this time,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
To be fair, that's when the best deals are, Bobby. Like even Jendela, I'll be frank, we wanted to launch at a much higher pricing back then. We didn't launch. We waited, and now because of pandemic, we're giving like a very good, much lower than what we would have sold. So you got the opportunists they're looking for the deals like you're trying to
mention.
And
I heard that for Jendela, the most expensive ones were the ones that were taken up first.
Yes. Actually, you're right. The biggest units are no more.
3 million, 4 million, 5 million, those they were taken. I saw when Fan sent me the brochure, I asked her, hey, what you bought? She sent me, I was like, wow, got this type of unit. Thana, you imagine, master room, then the living, and then the balcony connected both sides. In the middle, your own private swimming pool.
That one is
got this type of unit, got this type of unit, It's like, wow, damn nice.
That one now we had to do ballot. Okay, we only have 4 units. People chiong for that. And then you have people who buy an upper floor unit, do a spiral staircase, combine 2 floor units.
I think at the very early stage they can do this, and then developer can accommodate, right?
We will strengthen the walls if we know ahead, We will plan accordingly,
Yeah, a lot of people actually didn't know that. A lot of people actually didn't know that, right? That developers are willing to do this kind of adjustment.
Yeah, we have certain units as well where we allow you to break the middle wall and so on. We don't always do it for all our properties actually, but Jendela is a special level niche property. That's why we have to do things like this.
Yeah, it's damn nice. It's damn nice.
We got Gary Chin here says now is the time for those with strong financial documents. And I think that's very true because people forget it's a cash flow. Once you got you're employed or your business income and you got good backing, now it's time for you to bang in and kind of get those key properties, because when times are good again, they can't buy it anymore because it's all sold out. And so
I mean, when the market was strong, people had to come up with so much down payment, for example. Now market is weak, you have people being able to buy with no down payment or even cashback, which I don't encourage. I don't think unless you really need it. But cashback, usually you need to know what you're doing with that money, because that is a loan. It's not free money. So there are a lot of special tools to help you nowadays to ease the property purchase. It's all about cash flow, like you said, Thana.
Yeah. And I guess if you think about the properties over here, would you consider buying, I guess, the low cost or a medium cost units in this market? Are there any traction here being sold? Because
I would say if it is way below market price, like those launch, I mean, if you can get right? Those that were launched before the boom. Malaysia boom is when 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14. That 5 years, they almost double up in value, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you're able to buy a property, let's say that's launched in 2008, and the bugger probably bought that unit for 160K, then market price now is like 450, right? And then the person who is servicing the loan, maybe whatever is that, willing to let go at, let's say, 210 or 230, right? If you're able to snap it up at that price, definitely market equilibrium, the thing will go back to normal level, right? If you're able to snap it, okay, not 230 that low, maybe 300.
It'll go down, but not that much low.
What I mentioned is that the price that they went in, okay, I don't know all the terminology with the property investment jargons. I'm not from that industry, but the price point that they went in, as long as there's a big gap, they're willing to let go, even though they don't make a lose, right? If you're able to get that, then that's lor. I would say that's how it is. But actually, one thing I also noticed, right? A lot of youngsters say cannot buy property, cannot buy, right? Actually, if you look around, I can find condos in Taman Desa 290K. Like proper condo, not freaking the whip, rumah whip or what, It's launched those days, like they were launched in the late 90s or whatnot. People are letting go at 290, 300. Why? Last time they buy 120, 130 Got people let go. It's just that I felt the youngsters now, right? Whichever financial position they are in, their taste level is bangsa. I am bangsa. I am iPhone 13. I am Yeezy. So the taste level is there, but you have to reflect your own income level, and it's not your final house, it's your first house, right? Correct. They could have went in easily, but they just don't look at it that way, Yeah. So sorry.
When did you buy your first property, Bobby?
2008.
2008. So pretty much at that point.
Yeah, I bought mine in 2008. My unit was a very weird unit. It's on it was a project that was initially developed by a Korean developer in the 80s in Taman Desa. So a lot of people don't know, actually, Taman Desa was the first expat enclave. Before Ampang, before Bangsa. Before Bangsa is atas.
Yeah.
Before Mont Kiara. So the Japan school that was in Saujana now, it was in Seputeh, right? Oh. And Taman Desa has a lot of Japanese expats last time. There's a lot of Japanese food here. So there's still one condo here called OBD that was built in the early 90s. The Japanese that migrate here, they are all damn old now. But that condo, you go in, immediately you can see Japanese. So in Taman Desa area. So my unit was a studio unit that is built on a slope. On a slope. So on the ground floor, there's my living room. And then I go down a staircase, that's my master room. I only have one room, it's a studio unit. So the unit above me also like that. They also have their staircase. And then the unit above also have their staircase. Very weird unit. And then I heard that my house above me, that unit above me, was never sold because it belongs to EcoWorld boss.
Oh.
Yeah, they say it was his unit and he became rich from that lah. So that's his Ong place lah.
Ong
Even
place
though
lah.
I remember at night there are sounds above my unit. I totally remember that. So I bought that unit at 280,000 in 2008. It was a 900 something square feet unit, 280,000. And 2008, 280,000. And at that time already starting to come up already the prices. And because Taman Desa lah. Then I rented it out. My installment is 900 something, and my installment is not even 1,000 ringgit. And I was able to rent it out for 2,005.
Wow.
Yeah, for quite a number of years. And then in 2014, I renovated it and went in and stayed lah. Of course, I fell into the trap thinking, oh, this is my final house. Renovation, just throw lah. So I throw 280,000 in renovation.
Wow.
Wow. On a 290,000 ringgit house.
Yeah. Okay. That includes the 50,000 that my first contractor became con man lah. You know, he take 10k, then he take 50k, then he run.
Aiyo.
Yeah. So that includes the if I take out that one, it's 230 lah. So but luckily I sold it off in 2015 when I bought this place. So I sold it off for that. I was quite lucky before it went down. I sold it at 550. So sort of make back whatever differences. And then now the value is at 480 like that. It went down a bit now because of all the land in Taman Desa was literally given out to Asset Kayamas. I think people in property line will know this lah. Huh? Oh, Tengku Anan, you wanna give you lah? What the hell? Eh? The whole water park was. Yes, way. So yeah. But I remember in 2007, as I was shopping for property, I accidentally walked into the show house of this current development that I'm staying in. I accidentally went in. And my salary was 3,000 something. And then I remember that salesman look at me from my hair to my toe and back up at my hair. And then he said, sorry, sir, our cheapest property is 800,000. Then I remember I was like, sorry. There we go.
You know, back then interest was probably high, Bobby. But now, 1 million ringgit house, you only need to be able to pay 4,000 a month.
I just counted that just now, 3,000 something.
Now 3,000 something, even lower. Yes, correct. I got 5,000 salary, and if everything is covered for me, or if I have a spouse to help with the income, 1 million is very affordable.
Yeah. Actually, if husband and wife, Thana?
Husband and wife.
I made a loss because I didn't know what to buy. And I didn't know what to buy. I was like, okay lah. I don't know what to buy. I got no girlfriend at the time. My friend wanted to sell a house. Then I said like, okay lah, buy lah. So I bought his house, and then I bought his house. I rent to him. So I bought his house, rent to him. And then,
your friend damn smart way.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
I rent to him, and then I put extra money in the house each month for the installment, and then came to a point after I got married. I said this house I bought at 210,000, now worth 240 whatever. I screw it, I sell. I sold. The next year the property went to 400k. So I was like cursing myself because timing is everything, I guess. Like when you sell property.
Yeah. Property stocks timing is important.
No, my younger brother has an epic one. His friends, his brothers, all his heng dais, his brothers. I think a few years ago, hey, let's all buy that property because a lot of his friends from Cheras. That's where he always go beer whatever. So then all his friends is like, hey bro, let's buy. Oh, you buy. Okay, let's all buy. Wow, we all brother. Then they all buy together. All his friends, right, loan rejected except his. So he's the only one that stayed that bought that property. His friends all rejected. Then he was like, oh, I'm alone. I was like, you like that place? No, brother, oh, aja,
Brother. I did something similar too. My friend and I went to a property in Batu Cave, went to buy. So we went there to buy. Then he went there and said, "Hey, this is Batu Cave for sure. Want to put out in our name or not?" Then we looked on the side. Our spouse was there. Then we said, "Hey, let's put under their name lah." So both of us bought property under both our spouse's name. My friend got divorced, so the wife's staying there now. My wife obviously still owns the property in Batu Caves, you know. So yeah, like we go like a friend, we go together in the hype. Okay, buy together, long. We just buying chakutiao or buy.
That actually happens quite often. I've seen it quite.
Hey, Mark, now they no longer allow this, right? The name must be the person who took the loan, right, of the property. Now you cannot use your document to buy a property for someone else, already, right?
They have the option, the third party loan.
Oh,
Banks actually, you still can do that. I've seen some cases they still allow to do it. Yeah.
Oh, because the time I wanted to put my wife's name into this house, but my document was strong enough to take it up myself. So I don't want to drag my wife into the loan, but I want to put her name onto the house. They don't allow. They
Complete different. Yeah, cannot lah. If you say, let's say your wife name on the house and you and your wife on the loan, then can.
Yeah.
But if you completely want to keep her name out and your name is not on the thing, then there'll be an issue lah. I get what you mean.
I wanted to put her name in the property, but not in the loan.
I see.
They don't allow. You know, like those days where
the only way around it is you and her on the property, and then you own loan on the loan. That one can.
They don't allow. They want her name in the loan.
Third party loan. So you and her on the property, and then just you as the loan. That one possible.
Oh.
But your name must be on the property also lah. Cannot be her name only on the property, then your name loan cannot lah.
Yeah. I wanted her name on the property as well, but okay, maybe I have a shitty loan guy lah.
So
yeah, I think he's shitty because he's not doing bank loans anymore.
So Mark, what was your property?
My first property, I bought, actually, I was very gung-ho. I first came back and I started working. Within a few months, I straight away bought a property. And that time, I haven't been in the industry long, very adventurous. But I got the rationale, you know. I don't have the money. I can leverage 35 years, use other people's money to make money, right? Why not? So I quickly found the most expensive property I can buy, which is in KL. I got a very good price. I managed to get 780 per square feet, few hundred meters, 1 km away from BBCC actually. Consider Bukit Bintang address, fully furnished. So, and dual key unit. That time dual key was hot as well. So I was like, wow, damn good.
What's the name of that property? Swiss Garden. No.
It's actually D Majestic, it's called.
So, I'm on that street always.
So you've probably seen it. So I have a house there actually.
Okay, yours is there are 2 condos there. Yeah. One is yours is which color one? Yours is what color one?
The 20-story one with the infinity pool is the newer one.
Oh, yours is the deeper inside one, right?
Deeper slightly, yeah. The first one is the hotel, the Furama, I think, that you see.
Furama, and then there's a grey color one.
On Jalan Pudu itself, down a bit.
No, I know.
With
I know.
7-Eleven down there. 400 meters from the Pudu LRT lah. So that's why I saw, okay, public transport, okay, location nice. And then that time, I very simple, because I did economics in university. So the way I chose, not practical, not the industry fella kind of style, because I just started. So I just saw, okay, TRX here, PNB 118 coming up, BBCC here, triangle. So I said, okay lah, sure, go up one, this price somehow. So I went and bought. And that area, the thing is, nobody will stay one. It's all tourists, short stay one. So I had to do Airbnb focus, which was great. I like covered my loan installment, everything. I thought, wow, I got winning recipe already. And then, as you know lah, MCO come and all that. Boom. had to like learn to handle it myself lah. I guess I still get income, but it's like, for 4,000 installment, I only get 1,000 a month kind of thing. Which my maintenance fee is already 700-800. So it's like, I'm like pouring out money there because of the whole Airbnb thing. But before that, I can cover the whole thing. The guy like pays for itself. It makes sense, and it was a freehold property as well. So the logic paid off, but I think I was a bit too adventurous, and I chose a property where relied only on tourism and industry, and that's the risk I took. But no one had foreseen the pandemic. The rest of my properties, I bought 3-4 properties now. Now, being in the industry, I already understand what works. And so far, for me, my winning recipe has been buying areas that you yourself will stay, where locals will stay, that you like the environment. So I got properties in Ara Damansara, Petaling Jaya, and PJ Midtown, and all these, following this recipe, and I always go for the smaller units, one bedroom. All my property, my installment is covered. My rental covers the installment. I got positive cash flow. Even during the pandemic, I recently rented out one in May. No issue also. And it covers the installment. So with that
that's
recipe,
the most important.
You study the area first, the neighboring condos, and see the demand and kind of anticipate what it'll go at, and then you look at installment and see. You have to plan and be conservative, because the fact is usually a lot of agents or whatsoever now will promise you 3,000-4,000 a month. But realistically, the market, if you research yourself, maybe only 2,000 a month. So you yourself need to do the due diligence, look what's around, be conservative, and look for areas where locals will stay, because even during MCO, locals will stay there. KL city center, people may not want traffic jam, or not much there. People like neighborhoods. So that's what I learned. I buy central areas, but in its neighborhood. Like Subang Jaya City Center, it's central for its neighborhood.
And that's a good segue to our sponsor for today. Where our sponsor is obviously BBC. We are promoting the property here among other properties, and I think it's a lesson, because a property cannot be only defined by how close is it to something else, but the whole infrastructure and how it's all built in. So we'll do a quick quick into our commercial, and we'll come back after this break.
All right.
Welcome back.
So, Mark, you also heard about this whole thing, right? BBCC.
Yes. Actually, BBCC is why I still hold on to my property, because I think BBCC will be a huge hit. I love the concept, and I think that Bukit Bintang needs that. It needs a new life. And so that's why I'm like, okay, tahan.
So just to add to what was played, thank you, Thana. I was like, hey, what will Thana play? Do I need to talk? Because so it's also about 4,100 ringgit per month for the unit that they are pushing now. That is the only size left, 859 square feet. They finished the 450, 550, 650 all taken up. So there's a 450, 550, 650, and 690 square feet. All are taken up, and left the 850 one. If I'm not wrong, last we spoke to them was 28 or 30 units. That was last I know. And the whole BBCC is actually designed by the same team that designed Roppongi Hill in Japan, Tokyo, which is award-winning, and all that. So we all know there's Lalaport, there's the 80-story hotel plus high-end residences. There is also one office tower. There are a few office tower. There's one called the Stride. In future, there will be a few other blocks. There's one whole office tower already taken up by Mitsui, the company that owns Lalaport, and all the what is that in the KLIA airport? The discount one. What do you call that? Misui. What's that?
The outlets.
The outlets. Yeah. So there's one
favorite.
whole block of office tower that's taken up by them already. There's also another residential tower that's taken up by them already. So Lucentia is the one that they are pushing, and then the facilities deck of Lucentia is on the same level or same height as the deck of Lalaport Mall. So there is a bridge that they built across. And of course, if you are residents, you have your touch card to access. That means from your facilities deck, you have an extended facility deck, which is the sky garden of Lalaport rooftop with the outdoor theater, blah blah, and all that. And then straight down there is the food street that connects Jalan Imbi to Jalan Hang Tuah all the way. It is 3 times the length of the food street of Pavilion. So and then of course you all saw the commercial. There's Sony Zep Hall, and there's GSC. There's a Malaysia Bazaar and all that all integrated development. Yeah, and they built all the pedestrian walkways to connect all the surrounding areas. So I think that's really good. And of course they built the transit hub to have LRT, MRT, monorail, all interconnected with the whole thing. So yeah, that's just a. Thanks to our sponsor. And
is it a freehold plot, Bobby?
The area is not. It's leasehold.
Oh, it's not leasehold.
But I can ask you. Okay, you're someone in the industry. My limited knowledge. When people ask me, "Hey, this one freehold or leasehold?" I was like, condo. You don't care lah. If it's condo or mixed development, should people care that much still?
Okay, in terms of staying and all that, freehold leasehold doesn't make much difference. Realistically, 99 years, you will know what's going to happen by then also. And so far, there's no integrated development that has reached that expiry before and so on. So we don't know what's going to happen in Malaysia. But usually, I mean, if there's so many people staying, the odds are you're going to be able to renew it. So in theory, it shouldn't be a problem. But the only side I see leasehold and freehold in the market is the pricing. So usually freehold properties, the pricing in the long run tend to has a bit of premium over the leasehold property. But I think that all goes back more towards psychology.
Landed, I would say I have a worry.
I like freehold, that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, if it's landed, I have a worry. Okay, like my parents' house. Okay, we stay at a dead end road in Happy Garden. Happy Garden is Kuchai, the area lah. So we stay at the dead end road, and it was a cliff. So last time when we moved there, we were the last house, corner lot last house. It's all semi-Ds. So last time when we moved there, in front of us, a lot of people didn't know this. Last time, there's no such thing as Kuchai. Kuchai is just a road name. That area is called Entrepreneurs Park. So the whole Kuchai that people know, the shop lots, used to be a lake. It was a huge lake. So when we moved there at the time in the 90s, I remember seeing the lake in front of my house. And then I can see the whole Genting, I can see Seputeh, I can see Bangsa, and all that. So of course they fill up the lake and all that. So our whole row of houses, right, are freehold, until the last 2 unit, my father's unit and our neighbor leasehold. The last 2 units are leasehold. But then last time we were so worried that they might just connect the road down to Kuchai. When Kuchai was building up, we were so worried they might connect our dead end road to Kuchai. Apparently, according to DBKL, the height differences is too high. And they didn't go with it. And then there were condos built around us already now. So we don't have worry of, when you reach your expiry, government say, oh, I need your land to to build something. I think that's the clause with leasehold, right?
Yeah.
If the government needs the land, then they can only guarantee you for 99 years, right? But if it is a mix,
even like Old Klang Road, the main road, they reclaim the land on the site for the roads. Am I right?
I think
when they made the road bigger, because my client had a factory in that main road, Old Klang Road, and the government, I was a freehold land, and the government paid money to take over the land. So even if it's a freehold, there is the act they can actually take over your land for widening roads.
But Old Klang Road, I remember, is all illegal wooden houses during my childhood lah. Most are like just the nothing planned. I don't think there's any piling there. I'm surprised they have sewage.
My client owned a leather tanning factory on the Old Klang Road, main road itself. Leather tanning factory. Can you imagine? So it closed down about 20 years ago when I was working in tax. So yeah, it changed a lot now. Now it's the central and all that stuff happening.
Old Klang Road is a weird. Okay, I stay there, right? Yeah. So I know Old Klang Road people. I know their buying power. I know it's so central. It's in between KL and PJ, right? Yeah. There's so many highways around there. But there's one weird thing with Old Klang Road. What? Every shopping mall died. Every single shopping mall died at Old Klang Road. The store died. OUG Plaza died. Parkson died. Scott Garden, then died. So I have this theory, my own theory when it comes to commercial. I was observing and all that. If you're too near something that is super popular, high chances you will die. Like 3rd Mile Square also died. Because we are so near to we are in between Mid Valley and Sunway, Sunway Pyramid, 2 mega malls, right? Yeah. And residents around there, even though with high buying power and all that, there's a lot of traffic, blah, 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 right? But it's so inconvenient. It's so convenient to go to either one. Why should we go to the shop lots nearby? That's my own theory. And then I start to observe like places that traffic is not super convenient to go to more bigger areas, right? Like you look at Puchong, right? People spend there, and to go out of Puchong is like one jam, toll and all that. You want to go Mid Valley also, you have to go endure through the whole Old Klang Road and all that to reach there, right? So Puchong shop lot, boom. That's my own theory lah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like if I stay in Old Klang Road, I want to go somewhere that people like want to go to be seen or whatever, like Bangsa is nearby, Nongkera is nearby. So I can go to these places that everyone hangs out in. Why would I just stay in the shop lot there?
Yeah. So, it's like Ara, isn't it, Mark? Like Ara is something people want to stay in Ara. They don't mind being in Ara itself. So prices in Ara is going up.
Yeah, correct. Surprise. Actually, what Bobby said reminds me of Ara. Actually, last time, Chitamo all very empty one because of your same logic also. People here, we are near a lot of the things. We are in the middle of like Tropicana. We have PJ through the LDP at the back. Then we have Federal Airport Road to Subang. So you can go everywhere. You're middle of Subang, middle of Tropicana and BU and all that. So then we rather go to 1U and this and that. But eventually, because of the traffic and all that, Chitamo now is
went back up, right?
Because everyone lazy to don't want to go through jam, the tunnel and all that. Just go to the mall here.
Hey, I didn't know that, last time when I went Chitamo, right? Because I'm not familiar with the geography of the area. Last time I was like, wow, that place again, damn far away. So when the road started to connect, right, I was like, these are right behind Tropicana. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. You can just go through Tropicana.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it's like super far.
So, I live here for 15 years lah. I mean, the benefit last time is no jam lah. You can go everywhere nearby, but nobody know where you are. But now everyone cuts through Ara already. You want to go from Tropicana or Subang, shortcut. Don't need to go through Toll Road,
Let's look at some comments that's coming through here. So you've got so we've got Gary Chin said now it's time for documents.
Yes.
And then we've got soft property market worth investing. Edward Lim asked, is the market soft? What do you think?
Of course, you invest when it's soft, right?
Yeah, I think that's the best time to invest. You invest when market's strong, like Bobby said, you buy when the boom is there, then now you sell at the lower price.
Yeah. I got one comment here. If I buy now, it will benefit my future son-in-law.
Hey, I really, right? Last time the old mindset is, you have daughter, they're gonna marry someone and follow the guy's family. But now, if all your family is boys, they won't come back. Right? The whole power game between husband and wife, we as husbands, we lost big time. We totally lost it. It's like, oh, the wife wants like, oh, okay, you know, everything also okay. So now if you have daughter, right, you get the son-in-laws all come back. Isn't that
the best answer to this, Bobby, is can I date daughter not? Can I date? Epic, bro, epic.
Tam Gong An.
We got a long one here. Previously, wife and I interested in Jandela before launch. Went to see the showroom before more than a week ago. Put aside, Senada was only option area. Bought Senada. Developer build talking about slow pandemic cash flow at a withdraw and close and gotta get second property in Mount Kera. You know, so yeah, I think So yeah, I think a lot of factors around this particular.
But Senada is a mixed development with office tower, with shop lots below.
Not shop lot, shopping mall downstairs.
Shopping mall. It's
a JV project between Sime, Darby, and Brunsfield.
Oh, that's good. Because I did ask, the shop lots are sold out or is managed, or managed is really good. I mean, those that sell away their shop lots, that's how Scott Garden went away, because they were in a rush. They sold away their commercial units. When you sold your commercial units, right, the owner, of course, I don't care lah. Whoever come and rent, I will rent. I need my renter to cover my loan, right? So whatever it is, they don't care. They just rent it out, right? So like Scott Garden that time, pop downstairs, pop. It's all pops, right? And Senada is fully furnished, you know.
Not for all units, but yes, for certain units, we have the fully furnished package with ID. Just top up extra 1,000 ringgit from the purchase price. They give you everything, curtain, light, everything, which is a very good deal for investors. Senada, I would say, is more, right now, I would say is either bachelor or investor, because it's only 1 and 2 bedroom layout. It's smaller. Jandela is more towards the family who are not rushing and all.
I have a wish. I hope all properties are fully furnished next time. And especially,
it's funny when my friends were foreigners come to Malaysia, the property to rent out. They're like, how come no counter, no this, no that? They're shocked that they're properly being sold in Malaysia without furnitures, without like attached wardrobes and stuff. They're shocked. They can't imagine.
Actually, it's very important to have that. Because all my properties are one of the tricks why my rental can cover my installment is furnishing. If you fully furnish it, your rental is much better. Then your ROI becomes better. And it doesn't have to be expensive, you know. Now you got all these companies that can do it at affordable prices. For 1 bedroom, 1 plus 1 bedroom, maybe 20,000-30,000, you can do full furnish.
One thing I learned during last year's project with Duduk. Duduk, because we organized the design challenge, right? So there are 6 floors that are fully furnished in Volvo design language. You know, Volvo interior design language.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So when I learned of, actually interior design firms can achieve this type of level of finishing with this kind of budget. Our layman eyes, right? We look at it, it's like, wow, this one at least 180k spend. But actually, that's not the case.
Yeah.
So I have an advice to anybody, right? Don't think you are smart. Don't think you outsmart the interior designers. You go and buy material yourself. It's going to be more expensive than the interior design firm buying it. And you get to save money by hiring interior design firms than you yourself point here, point there, point here, point there. Seriously.
Agree. And it takes too much time. You know, your time is money. These guys do everything for you.
So why I said I would love fully furnished unit. I mean, I didn't buy a lot of properties. I'm a very conservative guy, so I only have my own unit here. And then again, I fall into that trap. Oh, this is finally gonna be my last unit again. Then when I bought it at the height before Malaysia's property market softened down. I bought it in 2015, right? The whole Malaysian market boom after 1MDB, right?
Yep.
1MDB was a cutting point, right? So I bought before 1MDB got blew up. All right. So that was the highest point. But I'm lucky because I bought my unit at a below market value. Because the time when I bought my unit mine is 2,400 square foot. Wow. And the units around here, most of the units are 1,007. And at that point of time, 1,007 square foot was going for 1.6, 1.7, around that range.
1,000 per square feet.
Yeah, Taman Desa was going at that range for this condo lah, Papillon. So I got mine for 1.4. I got mine
for 2,004 square feet.
Yeah, 2004.
Wow.
So recently the market came back down. Those who bought at 1.6, 1.7, now we see transaction prices at 1.4. You know, some even desperate let go 1.2. Because last time launching price is like what, 800-900 now. So then after I bought this place, I was like, okay, my fine. Okay, but it's spacious and big enough for me to like just stay forever lah. Then renovation law, you know, that whole emotional thing came up. Wow, song okay hood lah. Hey, I emptied my savings, you know. I emptied my savings. So all in, right, cash 350 on renovation alone. And I was literally broke. Then the week we got everything settled. Then the following week, right, I was like, shit, man, I bought this place. My initial down payment plus stamp duty, blah blah, everything, 200K gone. Then renovation 350 gone, all in, up and down. Like we emptied our savings, and I was like, after this I still have to pay a few thousand ringgit every month. Then I was like, if I just rent one unit here, the rental is 4,000. I still have all my money in the bank. And if the aircon rosak, call the landlord, aircon rosak, and then he come and fix, you know. So I was like, shit, man, renovation really painful.
That I get renovation it's a big trap. I mean, I think I spent 40% of my house value on renovation. Just to extend my house, missing my house, my corner lot, extend. Now, like, money is stuck, but it's there. But I'm like, why can't I?
Why? Right? It's like,
I guess, unfortunately, back then they didn't have all these ID companies being so mainstream as well. That's why you all had to take it to yourself and all that.
I appreciate like the properties that are being sold now. They come with fully furnished ID because we don't have the energy or time or the thought of how to make it work. I mean, like even a kitchen. I mean, like small kitchen. The height of the kitchen, how it work effectively. Where's the sink? How many? All the small little things add up, you know. And that's why I think having a good developer doing properties is so important. And it's a make or break, make or break.
Yeah, I saw Bobby's kitchen though. Very special. It must have cost a bomb. The island.
Yeah. My kitchen costs. I can buy a V10 M5 lor. The kitchen. Current price. Yeah, I tell you, really, the time you emptied out all your savings and you're like, emotional. What have I just done? You know? And then 1MDB happened, and then for those who don't know, the time I sold my company, they pay me in shares, and I sold my company. They agreed to pay me the shares at the value of 160 Aussie dollar, and at one point before 1MDB, the shares was at 390. So I was like, oh, yes, you know. Then 1MDB, boom. Then everything just came down. And then when I can sell my share at the time, it was 60 cents. So yeah, man. So yeah lah. Long story short, basically, I finished off all the money that I sold my company for in the house, and then started Evo, and then. Apapun tak ada sudah. And then for me, that time when I started Evo, when I was in financial tight, when my financial was tight, right, I was sitting at my kitchen island. I was like, yeah, Ma, why I spend so much on you? It's like, screw you.
It's very interesting, Bobby, talking about historical data. So if you go back in time, okay, what have you learned? I guess what we learned? We learned that buying property that is fully renovated, fully finished, as is, so your entry cost, exit cost is there, isn't it? It's just easy to sell back because it comes pre-furnished, pre-built. I think that's the one thing that I take away. Like, I would never again buy another house and renovate. That's my lesson I learned. Also, area location.
Bro, there's no if lah. My grandpa told me when when Malaysia split, and then after Malaysia split, no, before Malaysia split, okay, he was doing business. My grandpa was doing business in Singapore. Then he came to KL to buy a tin mine, right? He bought a tin mine in KL, and he told me, the money I burn in the tin mine, I can buy the whole Subang and the whole.
Wow.
Land price was so cheap last time. Hey, bro, you think about this, Thana, you think about this, if you run a city, right, where would you put your prison? In the city outskirts, right? Right, bro? Right? Where is Pudu jail? Just think about it. Then you know how big KL is,
Oh, so Pudu jail was the outskirt back then, is it?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it,
wow.
Exactly, you think about it, right?
That is
That's how
crazy.
small KL is.
Bangsa and Brickfields used to be the train track where the bricks will come down. A lot of like pollution. It's a dirty place. It's really.
Bangsa is a place where all the rubber tapper who runs the rubber plantation. They have their old houses there. They stay there. That's Bangsa last time.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember during my school days, right? We go Manjalara, because my school is in Jalan Ipoh, Zhonghua Independent Chinese School. So it was in Jalan Ipoh. So all my friends from Kepong, Selayang area. So last time our mindset of Kepong, Selayang, Jinjiang, all this Rawang, all this, all the Samsing area, right? Then Manjalara, we know that Manjalara. Then suddenly, boom, Desa Park City. Suddenly, our Kepong friends all, I stay in Kepong. You what? Old Klang Road. Yeah, Kepong suddenly atas, And then when the road in front of 1U, that road connected all the way to Kepong that time. Last time it wasn't connected one. Last time after Taman Tun, right? I remember after Taman Tun, you look at the whole BU area, right? It's one barren land, and the road wasn't connected. So the moment they connect PJ and Kepong, Kepong lagi atas. So
direct to PJ.
It was. I think at that point I could not comprehend or understand how did Kepong be so near to Damansara. I like my mind. I cannot logic. How did Kepong ma Damansara ma? How so near? I could not fathom it. But
yeah.
I guess that shows the importance of roads and public transport to push up an area as well, making it closer than it is,
Exactly.
Important.
Then until I go to, now we hear people, Malaysians especially, that place, damn far. Wow, that place damn far. Actually, there's no such place as damn far. You look at Setia Alam. It was there's no such place, and then it was planned and developed so well. It became, instead of a place that's far away, it became a destination itself now, right? And
actually that is what I think property is about now. Buying the most central part where it's its own destination. Like Setia Alam, you want to buy the most center part of Setia Alam. And like Puchong, you want to buy a center part of Puchong. These are where the properties will do the best, I think, from what I see. PJ, you want to buy heart of PJ. Monkera, you want to buy center of Monkera, not, further out. Then the value won't be as good as the center. So
don't buy
property market in Klang Valley is, you all have your own many hearts. It's no more about how far to KLCC. It's how far to your township. Where's the center?
But I think the interesting thing with Klang Valley is this, in other cities that we go to, right, where they have a natural organic growth from center, they slowly grow outwards. And it's always in a grid structure, right? The whole city grow out from a grid structure. I think these type of cities, right, when you table the property prices of the city, right, onto a 2D chart, XY, you will see that if the middle is the CBD, the whole price point is like that one, right? It goes like that. Because CBD higher, and then the further it goes
Zone
away.
1, Zone 2, like London.
It tapers out, right?
Yeah.
But KL is very different because KL was a tin mining town, right? There were tin mines here, plots here, plots here, plots here. So that's why KL downtown, when you go, why the roads like that one, right? Yes, this is true. That's how my grandpa told me. It's like the roads, okay, when you have mines, you have starting your buildings, you have some shop lots, whatever. Right? So when the roads they will build, they have to circumnavigate the stuff that were already there, right? So that started off like that. And then another weird thing is that I think this has to do with our government's direction of having their best friends running a toll booth company, then they can get loan and build a highway and all that, right? If you look at KL like that, right, one company can build a highway, cut up the Klang Valley like that. Another one build highway, like that. One like that. So when you cut the city up like that, right, you don't allow it organic grid-like structure to grow. Instead, you have hotspots. You have hotspots. So you have one Mont Kiara. Last time you have one Mont Kiara, very expensive. Across the road, Segambut Dalam.
It's all about the hotspot. That's what I see in Klang Valley. It's not about how far from KLCC.
And I think the other trend I see now.
So now it's about how well it was planned.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I see is that you see properties that are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, but it isn't becoming an issue because people are not hosting people in their home itself. It's about your extended foyer, your extended facilities. It's that whole extension is more important than being indoors because people are not staying indoors. People are going out. People are going down to their mall and makan, And I see less appetite for bigger properties. That's something that I also see now. I don't know whether people will be like
depends on the area, but yes, it depends which segment. Like Bobby was saying, in Jandela, our biggest units went away first. So it really depends on the.
It's a handful, obviously, no.
Yeah, correct. But I think it's also because of pricing and affordability. That's why the smaller ones are in so much demand. It's much cheaper to buy a smaller unit.
No, but if you think about it, if you think about a property that's, let's say, 700K in Subang or in somewhere near KL or Taman Desa, just small, versus 700K, let's say in Kajang further. There used to be like to say, value for money people are buying in Kajang, but there's a trend now. They want that. What's around it? What's connectivity? What's the facilities?
Location.
I think that's important.
Amenities of the area. That's why Bangsa works well, Subang Jaya works well, Petaling Jaya works well. You have your hospital, your shopping malls. All these are very important, I think.
I think for me now, as long as it's within the township, there's a cohesive or collective planning one, right? Then I have more confidence. I remember during the boom time when everybody is chasing to buy properties, because that time, that was 2011-12 that time. Every month, our properties appreciate in 10K. Like January, you see 320, February 330, March 340. Yeah, that time, 2010, 2011, 2012, everybody was so scared that they cannot buy in. Once they are late, right, they have to buy 40, 50,000 more expensive. That was that time. And everybody's just out there, and at the time, a lot of people bought the wrong stuff. Seriously, I have friends who bought like super far away, those kind of small plot, and then parking, and then one huge tower, that kind of condo. There's nothing around that thing, right? And in Sungai Long, and then I think my friend bought like 700,000 for. It's not even a big condo. It's like 1,002, 1,003 square foot. For the kind of price,
700,000 for 1,002 in Sungai Long.
Yeah, the time.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So say
that is expensive even for today. I mean, wow.
Very. There are properties in Cheras near my house selling for more than $1 million, condominium for 1,400 square feet. It's a thing. As Bobby said, hotspots are created. People were careful.
So that time people were worried, and then from the trend that they see, right? Wow, following this trend, even if slow down, it's gonna be 1 million in 2 years' time,
Yep.
Everybody's thinking like that, and unfortunately, well, again, I have to point back to 1MDB because I remember the cutting point is 1MDB when everything just boom. The funniest thing is that if you look at the year that 1MDB happened, right, it's funny one because we all know the number, right, 42 billion, right. I remember that year our Malaysia GDP, right, prior year and following year, right, we dropped by 42 billion. I remember, but that's not directly interconnected. It's just that we were lower than the prior year by 42 billion. That was when Singapore overtook Malaysia GDP. And it never went back. Singapore just continued to go up. Singapore GDP never overtook Malaysia as a whole. Only their per capita was higher than us. We were always, Malaysia GDP was always slightly ahead of Singapore. Like we are 250, they are 230, we 270, they are 240 at that one. It's always at that one. Then that year, we were behind slightly. Then now we were really behind already. So sad. Anyway.
We'll some comments here. We got Dana says you must have a good spouse, Mark.
Very good spouse.
Hey, you have to add, right? You cannot just say good, hot lah, clever lah, whatever lah, right?
All of the above.
Your spouse must be rich as well. Okay, so we got Muhammad Shams Abdullah. This is highly amusing being a foreigner who studied in the US and Canadian real estate market. I have plans to move to Malaysia, inshallah. This is very intriguing. Yes, I think Malaysian market is way different than overseas market.
I think it's quite undervalued actually if you look at the surrounding neighbors. Like Bangkok has more expensive properties than us, which is crazy. With our higher income ability, our property prices are cheaper, one of the cheapest in the region. If you look at, other city centers like Jakarta, Bangkok.
I've seen my foreigner friends who come to Malaysia and they're like, for what you pay here, the quality of forget the low end or middle end, but high end properties, for what you pay and what you get, they say like it's not comparable anywhere in the world. It's so much value of what we get compared to anywhere else in the world. It's so
and I think that's why we were going up. Prices were going up very quickly also if it weren't for, as Bobby mentioned, the whole 1MDB and the economy, getting slowed down and so on.
I think that was the point where it shocked us.
Everything turned,
right? And Thana, I remember when he said US, right? I think a few years ago, I think before I bought this property, a few years ago, I remember I went to property website from San Francisco. All right, I went to that. It's pretty interesting one. They have the listing, right? And then you click that listing, right? The right side would show a map and then point at the location of that particular house. Where is it? And then as I hover through the listing, right, the pointer would actually move around the map one. So it's a damn nice thing. So I was like, beach side. By the beach, San Fran, by the beach, there is a house at $240,000 US. Okay, what? Then,
correct.
Then across the road, there is another bigger house, right? Much bigger, and that one is going for like 13 million. So I realized one thing in US, I may be wrong, I'm not a property expert. They look at what you get instead of where you are. Because that house is like some shabby shed, some looks a bit palia, and
must
I realized
be very small as well.
It's not too big, but it's not unlivable. I would guesstimate is at least 800, 900 square feet. I would guess that way. There's a porch with 2 cars that you can park there. And then right in front, using the Google Street View, I can pull my way to the beach, Then just right nearby, very nice trees, nice entrance and all that, a bigger house, and that one is 30 million. So I was like, so in US, they actually look at what this house is maybe made of or finished in, and the furniture, versus, I mean, if you put some shitty furniture versus my expensive stuff. So and Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, they sell lock, stock, barrel one, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends. There are a few different type of properties. The thing about US is they're all like low properties. Like one. They're very spread out from what I see. You don't have a lot of those high rises, except in New York and all that lah. But overall, I actually studied 4 years in LA, so I got to see the way the property is lah. Besides downtown, which has more high rises, everywhere else is very flat. The whole Los Angeles is just developed and flat. So you have some that is fully furnished. I think some is just the kitchen, but it is very. You don't have a big developer developing everything. It's very individual.
I don't mean as new properties. These are all sub-sales. These are all
sub-sales. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
They're all very flat and different types. And actually, you are right in the sense how the property comes, the age of the property, and what you get affects the price a lot. But to an extent, location actually makes a lot of difference, even if it's across the road. So in the US, the neighborhood plays a very, very important thing. The price difference between East and West LA is like day and night. You could be in Bel Air and then a bit further down some different area that isn't Bel Air will be much cheaper for the same thing. So the location, the atas of the name of the address plays a role also lah, I guess.
I see.
But it is a lot more confusing lah. It's very spread out, very diverse. They have multi-family homes, which I find very interesting as well. You have like one flat complex with, they call it multi-family homes. They have like 4-6 different units in one like complex kind of thing, and people share the area and have like a shared laundry space. Very interesting lah, the concepts they have and the properties. A lot more diversity there.
We got Con here. I tell my wife, if the lease has 80-90 years left, our kids will probably be gone by then too.
About leasehold.
But talking
which
about
part on the chart are we, Thana, now? I've lost it.
I mean, we're just going by flow. I guess the chart is more to have a structure, but yes, by flow. And I guess even like I was thinking of moving to Sydney, for example, and for 700,000 Aussie, if you go a bit outskirt, going let's say about 80 kilometers, you could buy like a nice big house with land. But if in Sydney town itself, it's like small little 1,000 square feet will give you like $1 million AUD, So
isn't the suburbs more expensive in Australia or something like that?
Depends how far off you are. And some people will travel like 4 hours, 3 hours to work, and it's like normal to them. So it's really crazy. Let's just get some comments before we go here. Question from Daryl Lim. Okay, sub-sales or new better?
This one, I think it really depends. Sub-sales, the benefit is I can, like Bobby said, you can go find those desperate sellers that really need the money now, bought very cheap, and you just want to sell for the sake of selling. So the benefit of sub-sale is individual negotiation. So you can maybe negotiate more and all that. But the issue with sub-sales is then you have to worry about things like legal fees, stamp duty, and the condition of the house and all that. There's a lot of costs that you don't see. The benefit of new properties now is with the government's extended HOC campaign, home ownership campaign, you have free stamp duty, you have free loan legal fees. These are like 50,000-60,000 you can save on, on $1 million property. For a lot of money. Actually, you don't see the numbers one. Stamp duty is 3-4% and so on, So you save legal fees, save stamp duty, and then furniture as well for some properties. And the developers, of course, have all the rebates, so your down payment can be very low versus sub-sale, you need to come up 10% cash. So it depends on your situation. And
Mark, now with the home ownership campaign, what is the whole benefit about? Yes, for those who don't know.
Home ownership campaign is this government initiative for properties up to 2.5 million ringgit actually. The first 1 million has free stamp duty, so free MOT. These are usually is tier basis, but the first 1 million is about almost 3% lah. So you save about 30,000 there. The government is waiving. This is a tax, stamp duty tax. Then on top of that, they also have the loan stamp duty. So up to 2.5 million, all your loan stamp duty is waived. There's no limit on loan stamp duty, but S&P stamp duty, they only waive the first 1 million lah. Then that's basically the HOC benefits. But not all properties have it, so you have to confirm with the developer.
Can all the developers all group up and voice out to government, don't don't scam our stamp duty. Because when I look at the details of stamp duty, right, I was like, hey, this whole rule from 1960s or 1970s, because they have a tier, right, based on the value of your property.
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
So the tier starts from 100K.
Yes.
100K is the lowest percentage.
Nobody is at that rate anyway. Yeah, correct.
And then 200, and then the highest was 300. Hey, come on lah! Because right, it's like saying it's as if they adjust the Malaysian road tax, right? To 500cc, 800cc, and then 1.2 above, and then 1.2 costs as much as your 5 liter. Hey, where got property that starts from 100K now, right? And the 300K tier is really high, So for no reason at all, right? You buy a property, right? Then you look at your stamp duty and say, fuck, I need to pay 40 over 1,000 on stamp duty alone. And to be honest, my first time buying property, I was like, I pay the stamp duty for what? I thought land office, right? I thought when I pay stamp duty is for the service where the government helped me to interlink with Telecom lah, TNB lah, JBA lah. I thought government would, update. Okay, Bobby Ang Trang, this house is his. Everything. Hey, nothing. Just take my money.
It's a tax lah, essentially. Yeah, it's just a pure tax.
But it's unfair to end at 300 lah. I mean, back in those days, 300K is when people buy a bungalow, bro, right? And it's unfair. It's really unfair to start at 100. Now they should start at 300, right? And then second tier maybe 600.
Yeah. Now they added the 4%, above 1 million ringgit, 4%.
Oh, they added that.
Yeah, but with HOC it's still 3%, but
so
there is a
guys,
4% now.
If you buy property now, right, this thing is waived, this thing, and what lawyer fee is actually the developer that absorbs it, right?
Correct. That one depends on the developer whether they absorb, but most developers will absorb your SMP legal fee at least. Some will give you loan legal fee for free also to make it zero entry. We have a lot of new developments that do that lah.
So I guess for Daryl, if like what Mark said, if the sub-sale is really old before the boom, you manage to get a good price, then you get something out of it lah. Right?
Yeah.
Other than that, it should buy new now because the new properties now are so attractive with the facilities, the finishing, the landscape.
And you have DLP warranty as well. It's like new car got warranty. Property also you got DLP 2 years warranty.
The attention to detail, like I went to this Penang condo, Eco Terrace, right? It's an amazing development. Also, the whole facilities. Then when we were there, we said, why are there so many butterflies around here? Why? Then only Eco people told us, we plant the kind of flowers that attracts butterflies.
Wow.
I was like, how come got so many butterflies when we were walking around? There are butterflies everywhere, they choose the kind of plant that attracts butterflies. I was like, wow, really clap hand, this one.
Clap hand lah.
Yeah, that's the thing about new properties. So a lot of new engineering techniques we didn't have back then and so on. So there's a lot of advantages in that area lah. And also the unseen costs. Let's say I buy an old landed house in Subang Jaya, I can buy a landed house for maybe 900,000 or something, a double story landed. But a 2-bedroom condo also people may see we sell 2+1 lah, about 700,000, 800,000. So say, I can buy landed already. But what people don't realize, you buy the landed, I spend another 100, 200,000 renovating the thing. The condo maybe cost me 50,000 only. Then you don't see the legal fees, stamp duty and all that. So there are a lot of costs you don't realize. The maintenance, yes, condo got maintenance fee, but your landed, you got your garden and all that. So you can't directly make a comparison, I guess, what are the costs.
We got a comment from Wayne Yap here. Buying our first house in US, surprised to learn all the new house comes with standard with stove, oven, etc.
Wow. Yeah, we should follow that. Malaysia should,
But some buyers don't like it, fully furnished. They say, it's my home, I want to design my style.
They pattern lah. Yeah.
So we got Con saying 70s PJ was considered Ulu place.
Serious?
For me, it's still Ulu.
PJ.
Ulu, where got lah?
Yes, it
It's
is.
a joke.
PJ in the 70s is
Yeah.
what Shah Alam is in the 90s. PJ is the factory area. Right?
Oh, that makes sense.
all the factories
There's a lot
are in
industrial.
PJ. What? Dutch Lady Factory, British American Tobacco Factory. All the factories are in PJ that time. Yeah, as per what I said just now, it's like, where would you put your factory? In the fringes of the city, right?
We got Ernest Chua said Desa Park City is the most expensive house in whole of Malaysia. Don't know how
Big claims. I don't think so.
I think it's more costlier houses lah, Come and talk to Mark, he'll show you houses lah. I hate talking to Mark because to me properties are like, Thana, this one is nice lah. Like, fuck you, like, you show me all things. I was like, I can't afford these things to buy, man. So
one link house 5 million, sure not.
I don't know.
I think when you say link house, yes, it's link, but it
It's
could be a
link.
very big built up, like 5,000 square feet. So 5,000 square feet for 5 million, then it's like okay lah. But yeah, it depends lah.
What's the highest per square foot actually in
The
Klang Valley?
highest per square feet I know of lah. It's those, like you said, those very, very nice finishing, fully furnished one. Pavilion is one of them in Bukit Bintang. Then you got the St. Regis Residence in KL
where-
Central.
How much? per
Surprisingly,
square
it's
foot?
not
2K?
KLCC. That one I think was about 3,000 per square feet.
3,000. You know, pavilion drop, right?
Yes, because of the
I
scandal.
was checking the other day. It was some people still trying to go at 2,000 per square feet, but many are putting at 1,700, 1,800 per square feet also.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's much lower than it used to be. Yeah, St. Regis I'm seeing here is about 2,500 per square feet.
Wow.
KL Central. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be KL City Center. If you have a very high-end luxury condo, even in KL Central, it can hit those kind of prices.
We got Gary Chin here says he bought Eco properties and all paid off legal fees, stamp duties, even MOT paid by Eco.
Yep, benefit of new property.
So nice.
We actually have properties as well. We cover everything. You only worry about paying the loan only.
Wow, Thana, that means Gary he bought 2 property and 2 cars. Way.
Really?
He bought the Audi was a while ago, right? And then he also bought a E39. Wow, Gary
Thana
wholesale.
also not long ago buy 2 property at the same time.
Thana also
He bought
you didn't
I
sell
Subang
one?
Jaya
cannot
City
tell
Centre.
publicly because the way I bought the property was considered illegal. So I can't tell publicly how I bought it.
I use a special method that we're not allowed anymore lah. Basically, Bank Negara doesn't allow this, but yeah.
I shouldn't talk about it in live today, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. But I think those who are in the property industry will understand.
They understand, like,
Yeah.
So
PM.
my father-in-law held a house in the venue for, I don't know, where is this? Where's the venue?
Levenue 2 is what?
Revenue sounds familiar. Not sure.
Sounds like Park City.
Yeah.
Oh, Penang.
Oh, Penang.
Yeah. So it's quite interesting, like, and makes me wonder, like, right now, Mark, how do you buy properties? I mean, like, we can't come to you, or even like BBBC, like, maybe how do they go and look at properties? So how do they even inquire? Can they even sign up for properties? Can they sign agreements? How does it work
Actually,
now?
Thana, during this pandemic, developers, because I'm in sales, I sell Subang Jaya City Center, KLGCC. So I actually have first-hand experience selling property during the pandemic. So the process is very straightforward. You go, you register on the developer website for that property. Usually, like for a Sime Darby property, then I get your lead, or if you contact me, referral, sometimes people refer you to me, you call me. I will then follow up with you, explain the property. Then we have everything virtual already. We have virtual show unit, virtual walkthrough. We'll run you through the facade, scale model, and all that. So you decide already, you can make the booking. Once you make the booking, this one is all online. We got online website. You can use credit card online some more or transfer, all virtual already. So you make the booking already. then you apply your loan, which also can be done online. And then you can even sign your SMP also from the comfort of your house. You don't have to come to see us anymore. We'll courier the SMP to you. Then you can have your own family as witness or virtual signing and so on. The whole process is all virtual. I got buyers who are in Qatar. I got buyers in Singapore, never step foot here to come in the show unit. They buy. They see the virtual show unit. They see the scale model. I run them through the development and neighboring. And we courier the SMP to them. No issue at all.
The most epic one is people in Australia, Malaysians in Australia buying properties here during this time. They have to courier the SMP over there. They have to go to the embassy with someone from the embassy as the witness there to sign the document or something.
Yes. But that one, it depends on the lawyer and all that. Actually, witnesses, you can have there's certain ways where you get family as witness as well and so on. Ways around it. But that's the method. People are buying. I saw a lot of people who work in Singapore that can't even step here. They just buy the whole thing without even coming and having a look. Yeah. But it's all about seeing, because you have the right research, you see the neighboring property, you know already, is it an okay buy or not? It's very straightforward on the factors, which we can talk about some other time on what to look at for what a property is, so that you don't buy a lemon property. So that
but it's interesting, Bobby. Here we are. Some people are of the mindset that pandemic, cannot buy, you're stuck home, whatever. But that's an active market out there. People are buying properties. Good ones, and it's about you got money, it's not making money, sitting at home, invest your cash flow, invest your rating of a credit rating, and develop your funds, I guess. But I mean, it opened my eyes at least, to see that.
Don't let your emotions take over. Use logic. When do you buy? When things are weak, when things are cheap, when you can get good deals, and then sell when things are at the boom. Don't go buy and chase and market is strong and all that.
For me, it's a buy from a really established developer.
Yes.
Like Sime, Darby, Eco World, all the big, really big ones are.
Yep.
And Sunway, right? And if there is a mix or plan, township, whatever surrounding, is always better. That's my just like Mark, you were mentioning about lemon property. Right? My condo that I stay is called Papillion Desa Hill. It's beautiful. I mean, you look at the facade, everything is beautiful. The layout, everything is fantastic. But that time, what I heard is that time when they were about to do the finishing, as in the tiling and all that, right? That was when Malaysia had the what was it? Najib came on board, and Zahid became the interior minister that time. They sent all the foreign workers back, asked them to reapply to come back in one, and then they changed the whole immigration process. Everybody that reapplied to come in have to pay, don't know what agency, 3,000 ringgit at the time, right? So what I heard was they sent all the existing workers back, and the companies have to reapply new ones in. And then the new ones that come in, right, they don't know shit about all this, the handiwork lah. So apparently my condo, every single unit, if your neighbor is renovating, all your tiles will pop up.
Wow.
Yeah. And all of us have replaced our tiles, and all of us have replaced our piping. It's not a very old condo. This condo was...
But the developer didn't give DLP at the start?
I think at the start they did, but we are sub-sale buyer ma.
So these issues are still there even after the DLP period.
Yeah. Because a lot of owners, they buy, they leave it there. No, you actually go into your unit, right? You think it's okay one, until it starts. I remember my contractor. He used a little wooden thing to knock, tung 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 tung. All of it got echo and the tiles. So we all have to replace it lah. Yeah, lor. And
that's another tip for new properties, Bobby. They have this home inspection. Professionals come and knock one by one and all that. Actually, there's another benefit. You buy new property, you can have these companies run through it and replace everything during your DLP.
Oh, nice.
I've learned it the hard way. Buying, I'm always a cheapskate. I buy cheap properties, but I stuff up the wall, buy cheap properties, and then end up got issues. But I still make money. The money you make, But the hardship you go through the properties, not worth it. You know, you better buying good ones. And Bobby's laughing at it because
no, every
time.
every live show, right? You tell us of some very careful analyze decision making that was wrong.
Wrong. No, but that's the thing, Bobby. I think what I'm saying is that no one's perfect. We make mistakes, you know. If you think that I have answers, I don't have answers, but I've got mistakes I've learned. I think I made right. And all here to share that with all of you all. And
that's why I love chatting with you, bro.
Exactly. You know, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like, and that's where, like you said before, Bobby, the developer is so important. You know, like Eco World, like Sime Darby, still these are good developers, and from that you get that you pay a premium. Yes, from the premium you get, you know, that trustworthiness. You know how they build. Like for example, the butterflies in the park itself. You know, small little things add up. It's so important. You know. Yeah, Bobby. Peno.
But really, a different developer, the finishing is so different. I went to HP's condo, the midfields, you know, by YTL. Hey, YTL is supposed to be branded, right?
No,
but I do not know why midfields
depends on the property.
No.
Wow, the finishing is like is anyway. I was shocked lah. That one really shocked lah. Right, yeah. So
coming to the last segment of the show again about what do you buy during a pandemic? You know, obviously we got a lot of options right now. Forget about new or old. You got new or old, but you got auctions. You got things like commercial. You got residential, big houses, small houses, landed. You know, what do you think is that next thing? I mean, Bobby, if you were buying in this particular time, what would you buy?
What would I buy? That's the thing, you know. I don't look at property as something that for me to invest. I don't see property as something that for me to invest. I see it as something that I think I should have another one if I can afford it, so that, you know, at least I have another one, or my kids can have it, or you know. So I'm not that pro. You know, some pros is like they don't even need to look at the house one.
Yeah.
You know, the agent call them, where's the area? How much per square foot? Oh, okay. Who's the developer? Okay, I want.
Yeah.
They don't even need to look at the
property. That as well.
A lot. These are the pros. These are the pros. They don't even need to look at the whole thing. You know, those that are very careful.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So those are the pros. So for me, it's still like when I saw Jendela also, I'm like, fuck man, Taman Tun, KLGCC, and I got married in KLGCC, you know, so I have special feelings with KLGCC, you know. So, and we always go there, right, Thana? We always go there.
I see you guys record there.
Yes, I love that area. I just love coming up Kerinci after paying that 2 ringgit toll, go up the flyover. The moment when you come down, you look at the surrounding, the trees and all that, right? It's just so soothing. And then go up the flyover. Well. Yeah, it's so nice. Then you turn in from there. You know, the whole... I just love KLGCC, that whole area. I love that.
Bye lah, Bobby. And come, we be neighbors.
I would love to... Hey, you bought already?
Not yet lah. Trying lah. Aiming for it.
Waiting for the... Oh, okay. I'm sure you can...
He made the decision to buy TTRS during the pandemic. So now he pays much more common. So TTS.
Yeah, I just bought a TTS.
Oh,
Stage 2 already. Oh, I think 400 already, almost.
Oh,
something to do, you know, when you get bored.
Yeah, I love it. Be it Sanada or Jendela lah. I really like
Jendela. I think Sanada will be too small lah. Jendela will be
a different type, right? I mean, Sanada is more for like those.
Yeah, it's for single guys. 1 and 2 bedroom.
Thomas is like
bachelor pad. Sanada nice bachelor pad.
Yeah, right. You have a proper mall downstairs. All that.
And I was thinking, with like Jendela, the golf membership, if I take it, then my kids can actually grow up, you know, playing golf.
Yeah,
the environment. So you know, like.
Yeah. Jendela is like, But of course, I think for our level, the units that face golf course is a lot more expensive than the units that
I
face
wouldn't.
Taman Tun, right?
Yeah, correct. So like the facing golf course would be like 1,001 per square feet onwards, but Taman Tun is like 900 per square feet onwards. So it's quite a premium lah. At least 400,000 premium for some units. Depends on the size you're looking.
When you multiply, right? It's like same unit. Is like one is maybe 140, 1.4, 1.3. Another one is 1.1.
It's quite a gap lah.
I mean, think about it.
But most people still take the golf view. Golf view is sold out. You want golf view also cannot get. Right. That's the thing. Even with that gap, we try to,
For me, it's like, hey, I'm facing Taman Tun, one of the most premium township. Yeah, what is there to complain, right? You're facing Taman Tun, hey, bro.
I personally would go for the Taman Tun view. I go for value for money. I just want the address. I want the environment. That's it.
This one booking already. This one booking already. Ini sudah booking, man. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. But I think you guys haven't actually released much about the property.
We released half of our units already, only open. So now it's like soft launch lah.
Yeah, and then there's that private road in front of Jandela, all the way. Thana, you know or not?
I know.
There's the private road. Right?
I brought Thana in the private road before I did.
Okay.
SJCC, go out the TTDI. He's like, wow.
So good. Hey, I tell you, last time I worked, those days, back in 2000, 2004, 5, 6, those days, I always use the private road of KLGCC to escape jam. So I drive there. Then the guard stopped me. Member. Then he's like, he looked at my sticker. I said, I took Kereta Lion. He let me in.
And now very strict already,
Yeah, now very strict.
Auxiliary police there already,
Not damn strict. Last time, sometimes you're like damn steady at that.
Depending on what car you drive, you drive a big enough car, they let you pass by and pass by, no?
Oh yeah, I have my RM 50,000 ringgit old Audi A4 last time. So maybe can tipu a bit.
Okay, we're gonna go to a commercial break. This is about piano, a skit from Rachel. So enjoy, and we'll come back just to wrap up the show here.
Oh no, the skit from
my name is Rachel. I just graduated from my college. I may look very happy right now because someone is filming me. But deep down inside, I'm actually worrying about my financial status. But lucky for me, I have a caring boyfriend and I believe he can help me.
Bibi!
Hello, Bibi.
You wait very long
No lah, not long already.
Bibi.
Yes, what it is?
You know, there's something that I want to tell you.
What's that?
At this period, right, I don't have enough money, and my car insurance is expiring soon.
And then?
Can you...
Last month I bought the dress. Then last week I bought her favorite bag. Then now she wants me to pay her insurance. Bibi, I'm a fresh grad as well. I don't think I can pay for your car insurance.
Then how, like?
Bibi!
Is it because he bought a ring that's why he can't pay for my car insurance?
Baby, don't go. Mr. Pro? Mr. Pro! Oh, you're here! Mr. Pro, you're here. Come save me and my girlfriend. Mr. Pro, you can save us, right?
Not only I can save you, I can also save your girlfriend. What's your car model?
Berdua beza.
What's your car mileage?
25,000.
What's your car insurance cost?
1,000 ringgit.
What if I tell you I can help you to save up to 40% from your car insurance?
Oh, how?
Welcome back.
Who passed you that file?
Why?
That's the wrong one.
Wrong one.
That's the rejected one. I rejected that version.
Oh.
When they sent to me, I was like, what?
Chiang sent me the link, so I download the videos.
Chiang. Hey, all our viewers must remember Chiang. Next show, we gotta put him here.
I'm very organized, Bobby. When my shows, I have my folders, I have my files organized, my time, I follow my
You're good. I was like, so it cannot be your fault, definitely, because
no.
that one we didn't release one. That one was rejected.
Okay. So yeah, coming back, we're going to wrap up shortly the show. Anyone with questions, please ask the question away, and we'll try to answer them. So I guess the moral of the story is that during the pandemic, you can buy properties. During the pandemic, there are good values out there. And what do you buy? I guess that's the question we ended the skit with. And what do you buy now? I see personally as lifestyle being a big thing. People are on TikTok and Instagram and taking pictures where they are. So places that are nice and hip hop and nice hip and looks cool and hip hop hip. I see, so old. Places that what you call are linked to your like a nice mall. Those are things that I think will come of value, and I think that's what I would buy personally, Bobby.
Oh, thanks. Hey, bro, I saw a question from Fu Shun Wong. The latest question, 9:34.
Question was golf course view. I heard from SA, not so good because used chemicals to the grass green. Is that true? My father was a golf course superintendent, so I'll answer the question about golf course.
Okay, cool.
All golf course must use pesticide, but the thing is, it goes in the ground. And also, if you think about it, what they do is golf courses are not like plantations whereby they keep on growing. They grow and they cut. They grow and they cut, and they grow and they cut. So it goes through a process of cutting and cutting and cutting. It's not going to like come to you with chemicals and stuff like you would have in plantations. If anything, when they cut the grass, it's beautiful. The smell that you get from the freshly cut grass, it's a beautiful thing. I used to live in golf courses during my childhood, and it's one of the best thing. I was good because my father was
live,
on the golf course, so we always had a golf course view. We stay in the quarters. I stayed.
Would you want to get one?
Pardon?
Would you want to get one now, Jandela?
It's funny because I never picked up golf, so but no, Bobby. I'm on my track.
I want to learn golf.
This is my track.
Okay. 993 that one way.
But golf, if you want, Bobby, let me know. My uncle's a golf pro. You can go and learn golf if you want to.
Wow.
My local mamak that before the whole pandemic that I loved to go, right? He was a golf instructor.
Oh, serious?
And I was like, hey, why you run your roadside mamak now? He was like, he told me, I realized one thing. When you are a very good golf instructor, you lose business in 2 months. After they learn the swing and all that, they don't come back anymore.
They make money more on the with the kids and the younger ones who grow up and they go to long-term coaching. But when you are high level, it's a bit difficult.
I want to learn. I really want to learn golf. I really want to learn because I was so good in snooker. I think. Hey, I almost joined national team to train last time.
Wow.
I was.
It's a fun game to chat and play lah. I personally do play golf. It's quite fun lah.
I have no idea. I've absolute zero.
But it's more of a social sport. You spend more time chatting and 19 hole. There's 18 holes in the golf course, but you must always go for the 19 hole. They call it.
And I have a theory also with golf. Why business people play golf and not other sports? Because in golf, right, you play your shit, I play my shit. I don't affect you, you don't affect me. Unlike snooker, right, if I'm good, I really literally rape you on the table, that you will feel so pissed, right? Or ping pong or basketball and all that.
And I guess also in golf, you find people with the same handicap and you play with them. So you're kind of playing in the same level playing field, opposed to playing with.
It's something I don't understand.
And because it's a long game. This is for people who got a lot of excess money and time. That you have a nice long game, spend the whole day, excuse to hang out together. That's why business is done on the course.
Hello, darling. So anyway, we've come to pretty much the end of our session. I'm going to leave Mark's number here. If any of you want to contact Mark, that's Mark's number. If you're interested in Sime Darby properties, if you're interested in what I call BBBC, please contact us. Contact our sponsor, and they will be in touch with you on how you can go and attain your dream properties. But I guess if anything I could sum up this session is that, if you got the money, if you got the funds, putting money in the bank is a bad idea. The money must make money for you and invest in something. Don't just keep it in the bank.
Don't lose to inflation.
You are not. The nation needs you. We need your money. Invest in the nation.
Help our GDP.
Help our growth.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thana, next time don't put Mark's number. Put our Facebook PM. So when we pass the sales to them, right, we get commission.
Okay. And again, next week, please join us. Next week, we're doing a session about Makerspace with Dylan, our Evo Club member. It'll be an interesting one. And see you again next week, as always.
And tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow we're gonna have a Dude Where's My Car marathon. Whole night we're gonna play Dude Where's My Car.
Wow.
All right. So maybe next time we play Dude Where's My House with Mark Francis.
Oh, sounds like interesting, man.
All right.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Good night. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh no, because they make it on time.